The light snow is tracking out of the region now, holding on to maybe some freezing drizzle in the forecast. More about that in just a moment.
From online sports betting to food share, the latest bills heading to the governor's desk up next.
Right now this morning, Wisconsin fighting forever chemicals, the legislation bringing changes to your water. And a top Trump official resigning over the war in Iran, why he's stepping down, coming up. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, March 18th, just about 6 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Hope your morning is off to a good start. We will send it over first thing to meteorologist Art Jarrett tracking our forecast for us today. What have you got going out there today, Art?
Well, we had some snowfall earlier and now it's gone now, working out of the region gradually there. And eventually we'll take a look here. You can see up to the north, there's more of that going up towards Marquette. But do we have any more coming our way? We'll take a look there by Canada, getting up to areas by Winnipeg and Regina there, holding on to the possibility of more rain and snow with a mix of rain and snow, a wintry mix coming our way. So we could see some rainfall later on tonight as we go into the overnight into tomorrow as well. So that'll be a possibility working into the forecast. Right now, though, we have what's left of what we picked up from last night on the ground. A lot of plowing has been done and the roads are doing great and the traffic's doing quite well out there as well. The wind chill is kicking in just a tad bit right now. You have 23 degrees right now in La Crosse for a current temperature, 19 degrees out there in Eau Claire, 26 in Prairie du Chien. It feels like, though, 11 degrees over in La Crosse. It feels like 10 degrees in Eau Claire, and Prairie du Chien is about 18 degrees right now. That continues on as we go through the middle portion of the morning. Then we'll get back to par. We'll hold on to the winds as well. The winds up to 17 to about 23 miles per hour. That will continue for the morning hours and finish out by at least the 9 o'clock hour into 10 o'clock hour. You can see them drop down to about 15 miles per hour. The snowfall, well, you see we still have the rainfall has about a 30% chance in the forecast. I should say the freezing drizzle right now, and that continues for Eau Claire as a 20 to 30% chance, and of course a 30% chance for us as well to finish out the day with sunshine on the way. Snowfall didn't really amount to much though, but you can see for this morning that is at least 1 to 2 inches headed for areas right by Beaver Dam. When I come back, we'll talk about the heat that's on the way, so please stick around.
Two major bills passing the Senate in Madison, one that could change how Wisconsinites gamble and one that would change what food share recipients can buy. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla in the newsroom with those details. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Both bills are headed to Governor Evers' desk, but neither is a sure thing. The Senate passed an online sports betting bill 21 to 12 with bipartisan support, but Republicans were split. The bill would allow bets on mobile devices anywhere in the state to place bets as long as servers are on tribal land. Before it becomes reality, Evers would have to sign it. The gaming compact would need to be renegotiated with the tribes, and the Department of Interior would need to sign off.
I cannot be a party to the destruction of more lives, more potential, and the manipulation of those who can least afford the havoc that expanded sports betting will wreak.
The state assembly also passed a bill restricting food share recipients from buying soda and candy with their benefits. Supporters say it promotes healthier choices and reduces Medicaid costs.
If it brings just any sense of joy to some of these people, especially you see so many parents coming in with their little ones, and when they're when they're on the SNAP program and that allows them to buy their little one a candy or something they've been looking forward to.
I want to make sure that if you don't have the ability to have food on your table, no child is hungry. Doesn't mean they have to have potato chips and soda.
Opponents do argue it limits options for families in poverty. That bill now heads to Governor Tony Evers' desk for approval. It's not likely the governor will sign it. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. And our latest News 8 poll question, do you agree with the limits to what SNAP can buy? 31% nearly saying yes, 69% said no. And the Wisconsin State Senate also passing a $133 million package to combat forever chemicals. That bill now heading to Governor Evers' desk, ending years of inaction on PFAS contamination affecting communities across the state. That includes the town of Campbell on French Island, where residents have been drinking bottled water since 2021. The UW system is considering letting students earn a bachelor's degree in 3 years. Regents approved revising policy to allow 90 credit degree programs, down from the traditional 120. Supporters say it would help students graduate faster and cut costs. And Sparta's show choir are finally back home this morning after that winter storm left them stranded in Orlando. The group traveled to Florida for nationals when their Sunday flight was canceled, creating an unexpected $15,000 cost for families. They flew into Chicago and then bused back to Sparta, arriving home yesterday.
They all really work really hard to support every single one of us, and we're very grateful for that. Even our custodial staff or parents that didn't go on the trip, they were out shoveling out our cars and making sure everything was good to go when we got home this morning.
I'm glad they are back, and the club is raising money to cover those additional expenses through a GoFundMe. Today's wannabe conductor is Josh Court. He's supporting the Marr Family Mental Health Fund at Gunderson Medical Foundation. His goals include breaking the stigma around mental health and encouraging people to open up.
Sometimes patients need additional help with housing or with transportation, so we can do that. Some of our programs need some extra supplies or trainings or that, so we can tap into that fund too. So it helps support all the things that we do at Amplify by Gunderson and our behavioral health department.
This week, we'll introduce you to each contestant for 2026. And a high-ranking Trump administration security official resigning, saying he cannot, in good conscience, support the war with Iran. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
A deadly barrage of Iranian missiles rocked Israel early Wednesday. Iran's army chief vowing to retaliate over Israeli attacks, killing the country's security chief, Ali Larijani.
We knocked out 2 of the terrorist chieftains, the top terrorist chieftains of this tyranny.
Overnight, the Pentagon announced the U.S. had deployed 5,000-pound deep penetrator bombs on underground Iranian missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz. It's the latest effort to reopen the vital shipping waterway, as U.S. allies have yet to heed President Trump's call for help.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. This was a great test, because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
The turmoil driving up the cost of diesel fuel, essential to shipping companies and American farmers.
We have to put tractors out there, and I don't know how long we can hang in there.
Over 2 weeks into the war, President Trump's National Counterterrorism Center Director Joe Kent resigned over the conflict. The retired Green Beret writing Iran posed no imminent threat and, quote, "It's clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby," an allegation some have criticized as anti-Semitic.
I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. Iran was a tremendous threat.
The White House said Kent made many false claims and that he was not involved in briefings on Iran. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The UN's nuclear watchdog says the strike on an Iranian nuclear site caused no injuries or damage. More problems, meanwhile, for Attorney General Pam Bondi. She's been subpoenaed to testify before Congress over her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. The House Oversight Chair now demanding she appear for a deposition on April 14th. 5 Republicans breaking with their party to join Democrats to make that happen after Bondi refused to answer questions about the probe during a House hearing last month. And baseball season is almost here. The Brewers will be back at American Family Field and here on News 8. 10 regular season games, including opening day, will broadcast on our 8.2 channel. You can find a full list at news8000.com. The Lacrosse Yard Waste and Brush site is set to open next Monday. The site will be open Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Monday and Tuesday, 10 to 6. You can purchase a permit online through their website or by visiting City Hall. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. The war with Iran is causing flight costs to go up, but so far people are still choosing to fly. Millions of student loan borrowers just got major news what the death of the SAVE plan means for you. And warnings from the IRS about fake messages to fraudulent returns. That and more just ahead in your consumer news.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. you see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow, and ultimately help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
The pain was so much that I couldn't really focus on my job.
Plantar fasciitis. I just was not a happy person.
And I saw the Good Feet store.
And then all of a sudden, I just get these arch supports.
I'm just happier. I feel happier.
It was amazing.
It's a lot easier to be nice when you're not uncomfortable. It's pretty awesome.
The arch supports are never coming out of my shoes.
Nothing worked for me until I walked into that store. It changed my life.
I don't really know if I could put a price on that.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Get an 11% rebate on everything. Make this the year you check that project off the list. Turn your tax refund into new appliances with help from Menards. You'll find an excellent selection ready to take home today. Whether it's for a laundry room or kitchen, big or small, you'll be sure to find an appliance that fits your lifestyle. Save $250 on this Maytag washer dryer pair after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative belongs to you. We're owned by the members we serve. Together, we're part of something greater. A dedication to empowering our community and the people who call this place home. Because this power belongs to you. That's the cooperative advantage. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. T-Mobile and US Cellular, better together.
In your morning consumer news, the Biden-era Save Student Loan Plan is officially dead, struck down by a federal judge. That plan offered payments as low as 5% of discretionary income and debt cancellation after as little as 10 years. Millions of borrowers now asking what's next.
There's more than 7 million borrowers enrolled in SAVE. Keep in mind, this is at a time that we keep hearing about backlogs of income-driven repayment applications, backlogs of people trying to get their loans forgiven from Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. And so now we're going to add more than 7 million people to have to change repayment programs.
The Education Department says guidance is coming in the next few weeks. Experts suggest borrowers wait for now. The war in Iran is driving up the cost of your next flight. Jet fuel is up 50% since strikes began at the end of February, pushing some carriers to raise ticket prices. Despite the higher costs, most major U.S. airlines say ticket sales have remained strong, many even breaking daily or weekly records this year. The Justice Department is now hiring prosecutors with less than a year of experience. An internal memo dated March 13th suspends the experience requirement through 2027. Applicants now only need a law degree and to have passed the bar. Vinyl is booming. Record sales topped $1 billion last year, marking 19 straight years of growth. Fans bought nearly 47 million records. And tax season is in full swing. Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn shares warnings from the IRS about fake messages to fraudulent returns.
Scammers are getting more sophisticated, so here's what you need to know to defend against the predators. The IRS uses snail mail. The agency does not email, text, or social media to discuss personal tax issues or financial information. It will not use QR codes or ask for credit or debit card numbers over the phone. If that happens, that's your red flag. It's a scam. The IRS warns that income tax identity theft tops the list of scams this year. Criminals steal your social security number and file fraudulent tax returns in your name. Unfortunately, you may not discover the issue until your legitimate return is rejected, and resolving the situation can take months. The IRS recommends to never share your social security number, submit your return in a timely fashion, and consider a PIN issued by the IRS. If you have been victim of fraud, report it at identitytheft.gov, the federal government's one-stop resource to help people report and recover from identity theft. That site provides step-by-step advice and helpful resources like easy-to-print checklists and sample letters.
You can join Michelle Renee anchoring weekend mornings right here on News 8. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, and away we go with this. With a little snowfall this morning mixed in with some freezing drizzle. I walked across the street earlier and I got smacked around about 3 o'clock hour or so with some freezing drizzle. That kind of tinkled on the glasses there, kind of tink, tink, tink like that. Holding on to right now, though, La Crosse, we're pretty much building off of what we picked up from last night and, of course, all the way into this morning. The roadways are doing great for everybody. We have a bit of a wind chill out there as well right now. Eau Claire, limited amounts of wind though, but you can still see there's a slight wind chill. You can see about 19 degrees for the temperature, 11 degrees for the wind chill. Getting back into Winona, 25 degrees. It feels like 25 degrees out there. While La Crosse is 23 degrees currently, and it feels like 11 degrees out there or so. You get right back into Alaska, you're 23 degrees right now, and it feels like 12 degrees on your skin. 10 miles of visibility. The roads are doing great for you as well out there right now. Snowfall is pretty much tracked out to the southeast out of the region gradually, and that continues to actually just bring in some gradual decrease in cloud cover as we go deeper into the afternoon. We'll see some sunshine eventually and then try to melt down some of the snowfalls. 21 degrees for areas right by Menominee, feels like 15 degrees, 10 miles of visibility. The roads are doing great as well. Back to Toma again, you can see the roadways are doing well, but they still look wet because they had some freezing drizzle out there, and so that continues to melt and then kind of make its way of a little bit of a slight icy glaze out there. Right now, 21 degrees out there currently, feels like 18, 9 miles of visibility. So that's what's happening right now. Snowfall is kind of tracked out of the way. We'll get back closer to it there. You can see a little bit closer, most of which you got Richland Center, not much happening there, just a few clouds. Get into Boscobel as well, back to Prairie du Chien, but the snowfall itself is out there just east of Prairie du Sac, and that kicks out of the region as well, and that gets out of the way. We'll go to a wider view to see what's next as far as moisture is concerned. Another batch coming in from Canada. You'll see that going just north of Regina there, going towards Winnipeg, and it's a mix, a wintry mix in the forecast as well. So rainfall will probably be our forecast coming up in the next several hours going into the nighttime hours. Holding on how this all shapes up right now, you've got a lot of warmth going on to the west coast. We'll see eventually moving into some of that more moisture coming on the way. It's coming out of Canada with more clouds on the way. And of course, you can see the moisture in the upper atmosphere. A better view of this, you can see the ridge building. There's your moisture right here, and that continues to track in. It'll make its way gradually as that system tracks a little bit more to the east. We have the wind still holding on right now, about 17 to about, say, 22 miles per hour. That continues to go all the way through to the morning hours, the mid-morning hours, and tapers off, as you can see, by the time we get in the 10 o'clock hour. So that's what's happening. The winds will get lighter. We'll hold on to the temperatures, though, mostly 40s on the way today. We'll get back to some locations to be below seasonal average, like La Crosse today. We're down by a couple of degrees below seasonal average. We'll get back up to areas right by Eau Claire, where you're seeing there at least about 40 degrees as well. So they're too below average by a couple of degrees. Holding on to how this all shapes up, as you can see, the snowfall tracks out. That's pretty much up and gone. We go through the day today, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rainfall. Well, that turns into snow first. You can see that going up there by Ladysmith and Wausau. Then it turns into rainfall briefly all the way out to the 2 o'clock hour in the morning. Right up to the north, though, we're showing a little bit of possible freezing rain up there as well, some freezing drizzle, and that continues to track towards Black River Falls, and up and out that goes, and we should be done pretty much. You'll see as we finish out over the next few, we're looking at the snowfall potential here. That was about 1 to 2 inches up there by Black River Falls, and as you get into areas right by up there by Eau Claire as well, about 1 to 2 inches as well in the forecast. We'll go into how this all shapes up for the next day or so. We're looking at temperatures on the gradual warmth. We'll get into some 40s today and then tomorrow, leading into possible 50s getting into tomorrow as well. By Friday, we have some more 50s, maybe some 60s in the forecast, but definitely 60s coming in for Saturday. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. As you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with Manitowoc, Wisconsin. You can see some snow left over from this week's large snow system that moved through the area. Stay with us. Your morning sports is coming right up.
The West Salem Panthers are getting ready for another trip to the state tournament. Hear from the team, plus highlights from the World Baseball Classic final from last night. Blitz is up next.
Wisconsinites may soon be able to sports bet online, and a new bill impacting food share purchases. All of everything you need to know coming up.
Home Sleep Express presents Avocado, handcrafted mattresses made with organic materials. Right now, pay no interest for 5 years, plus get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee when you spend $12.99. Avocado organic mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Walt never smoked a day in his life, so when he developed a bad cough, we never thought lung cancer, but that's what it was. What gives a non-smoker lung cancer? A friend suggested we check the house for radon. Sure enough, it was high. We've had it taken care of now, but I wish we'd known sooner. Walt died 4 weeks and 5 days after the diagnosis. If you haven't had your home checked for radon, do it. Do it for your family. No one should lose someone they love because of this.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More trust, more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. Get more with Maury's.
Oh, restrooms that way. Stay hydrated, my fluter flautists. I love those for you. And you. I used to play clarinet. I was bad.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours, Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get double tax relief with 14% off the area's largest selection of area rugs and many styles to fit your space. Plus, get 3 years special financing. Double tax relief savings now at Homeworld Rugs.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, later this week, the West Salem boys basketball team is returning to a place they've gotten pretty familiar with over the last handful of years, the Kohl Center for the WIAA State Tournament. Last Saturday, the Panthers clinched their 4th trip in the last 5 seasons, taking down Menominee in the sectional final. Only a couple players on the team now were contributors when West Salem last made it to Madison, but others were in the stands cheering on the team, one day hoping that would be them representing the Panthers. And now that dream is about to become reality.
I remember, Peter Latos' class and all those guys, and being able to go up to Madison and watch them play. If I took away anything from them, it was, to play hard and, come out every day with your best effort. Because, effort's the one thing you can control. You're not gonna. Some days you're gonna make a lot of shots, some days you're gonna miss shots, but effort's the thing you can control. So you gotta show your best effort.
I'm gonna definitely remember all 3 of those. I was there in the student section, but definitely knew I wanted to be there when I was watching them, and it feels great to be there now.
Now the Panthers will look to bring home the program's first gold ball, and to do that, Coach Schmaling's team is going to stick with what's worked all season.
I guess the main thing is just compete, and that's the great thing about these kids. I never have to ask for that. Our practices are typically as hard or harder than games. They get after it, so that's a luxury as a coach to have this group of kids. And you got to do what got you there. That's we're not going to change a whole lot, specific things maybe game plan wise, but we're going to do what we do, and hopefully that's good enough to at least get us to Saturday.
West Salem will take on Whitefish Bay at approximately 3:30 on Friday. If they win, they'll play in that title game Saturday at 6:35. And the final for the World Baseball Classic between the U.S. and Venezuela. Venezuela up 1 in the 5th when Wilyer Abreu gonna double that lead with a blast out to center field, leaving the yard to make it 2-0. American bats couldn't get much going the whole tournament, but here a special moment for Bryce Harper. He's going to leave the yard to tie things up in the 8th inning. But Venezuela had a quick answer. Trouble for Garrett Whitlock in the 9th. With a man in scoring position, Eugenio Suarez ropes one of the gap. That puts them ahead by a run, and Daniel Palencia is going to strike out Roman Anthony right here to end things as Venezuela wins their first World Baseball Classic title. That's all for the Blitz. Hope to see you back here later tonight.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
In pain.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Tempur Pro Adapt provides adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Maximize the life of your engine with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It helps maintain fuel efficiency and provides advanced protection from wear, friction, heat, and deposits. Get a 5-quart jug for a value of $21.99 after rebate. Performax Steel Shelving is the ultimate storage solution. They hold up to 2,000 pounds per shelf. Get this 3-tier heavy-duty shelving unit for a value of $149.98 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
This just in from the new owner of A1 Vac. Lance, it's reported that A1 Vacuum's savings are in full bloom. What spectacular savings can we expect this spring?
We have many different vacuums starting at $100 off, $200 off, up to $250 off. I have my cordless vacuums. I've got my cordless mop systems. I've got great uprights for many different usages. Sewing machines. Stop in here at A1 Vacuum, see your savings.
Sorry, I'm just a bit uncomfortable. It's my mattress.
Good thing you came to Slumberland. This Stearns & Foster provides the ultimate comfort and craftsmanship for a luxurious sleep.
Amazing.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
A bit of a wind chill this early morning with winds breaking down gradually as we go through the morning. More about that in just a moment.
Wisconsinites may soon be able to sports bet online and a new bill impacting food share purchases. I'll have everything you need to know up next.
Right now this morning, Wisconsin fighting forever chemicals, the legislation bringing changes to your water. And a top Trump official resigning over the war in Iran will tell you what he said. Still ahead, a local performer with a show coming to the area next week. Every dollar goes to a good cause. The Magician stops by live. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, March 18th, 6:28 a.m. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We will start by getting a check on your weather with meteorologist Art Jarrett tracking the forecast for us on this Wednesday.
Yeah, I got myself a nice little view closer, I think, to home here. You can see right downtown and La Crosse as well, holding on to some light cloud cover in the forecast, but the snowfall has tracked out of the way. We'll get back into it to show you how this all shapes up, getting into more rainfall on the way, though, right up there by Winnipeg, going towards our region gradually. And that comes in later on tonight and for tomorrow morning. As we get into it here, on the roads, folks are doing quite well. On the roads there, you can see in Eau Claire, 19 degrees for you. Wind chill about 11 degrees, holding on to at least La Crosse at 23 degrees. Your wind chill is about 11 as well. And of course, it's still par for Winona out there. The winds are fairly light for you. We'll get into how this all shapes up. We go right into the current temperatures. You're looking at 26 degrees in Prairie du Chien. Nice out there. 23 as you get into La Crosse. 19 over there in Eau Claire. 17 in Ladysmith and areas right by Black River Falls. Not reporting right now, but of course you get into Volkfield and down to Bosco. You're looking at temperatures from 21 to at least 24 degrees. The wind chill will continue to be in the teens to 20s as you get farther southward, and that will finish out as we go into the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour when the winds subside. As far as the wind gusts are concerned, you can see by the time we go through the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour, by 8 o'clock the winds are only still down by 22 miles per hour there, and eventually they'll taper off going to the 10 o'clock hour for you. We'll also see as we go right into how this all shapes up, we're still holding on to a 30% chance of some possible freezing drizzle in the forecast right now, and we'll finish that out with some sunshine to do go for Eau Claire, as you can see in the afternoon. Similar conditions for La Crosse as well, as a 30% chance finishing out by the 7 o'clock hour. Then prevailing, well, sunshine for you as well, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies in the forecast. We picked up at least a couple of inches here or so by Eau Claire, Ladysmith, and areas right by Viroqua, getting out to Beaver Dam as well. We'll see today, though, temperatures holding on to the 30s and the 40s in the forecast. Will be on the cooler side, so be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Two major bills passing the Senate in Madison, one that could change how Wisconsinites gamble. One would change what food share recipients can buy. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla has those details from the newsroom. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. Both bills are headed to Governor Evers' desk, but neither is a sure thing. The Senate passed an online sports betting bill 21-12 with bipartisan support, but Republicans were split. The bill would allow bets on mobile devices anywhere in the state as long as servers are on tribal land. Before it becomes a reality, Evers would have to sign it. The gaming compact would need to be renegotiated with the tribes, and the Department of Interior would need to sign off.
I cannot be a party to the destruction of more lives, more potential, and the manipulation of those who can least afford the havoc that expanded sports betting will wreak.
The state assembly also passed a bill restricting food share recipients from buying soda and candy with their benefits. Supporters say it promotes healthier choices and reduces Medicaid costs.
If it brings just any sense of joy to some of these people, especially you see so many parents coming in with their little ones, and when they're when they're on the SNAP program, and that allows them to buy their little one a candy or something they've been looking forward to.
I want to make sure that if you don't have the ability to have food on your table, no child is hungry. Doesn't mean they have to have potato chips and soda.
Now, opponents do argue it limits options for families in poverty. That bill now heads to Governor Tony Evers' desk for approval. It's not likely the governor will sign it. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
In our latest News 8 poll question, should you be allowed to use SNAP benefits to buy candy and soda? 27% saying yes, meanwhile 73% said no. And the Wisconsin State Senate passing a $133 million package to combat forever chemicals. That bill now heading to Governor Evers' desk, ending years of inaction on PFAS contamination affecting communities across the state. That includes the town of Campbell on French Island, where residents have been drinking bottled water since 2021. The UW system is considering letting students earn a bachelor's degree in 3 years. Regents approved revising policy to allow 90 credit degree programs down from the traditional 120. Supporters say it would help students graduate faster and cut costs. Sparta's show choir is finally home after a winter storm left them stranded in Orlando. The group traveled to Florida for nationals when their Sunday flight was canceled, creating an unexpected $15,000 cost for families. They flew into Chicago and bussed back to Sparta, arriving home yesterday.
They all really work really hard to support every single one of us, and we're very grateful for that. Even our custodial staff or parents that didn't go on the trip, they were out shoveling out our cars and making sure everything was good to go when we got home this morning.
The club is raising money to cover additional expenses through a GoFundMe account. Today's Conductor Wannabe is Josh Court. He is supporting the Marr Family Mental Health Fund at Gunderson Medical Foundation. His goal is breaking the stigma around mental health and encouraging opening up about it.
Sometimes patients need additional help with housing or with transportation, so we can do that some of our programs need some extra supplies or trainings or that, so we can tap into that fund too. So it helps support all the things that we do at Amplify by Gunderson and our behavioral health department.
This week, we're introducing you to each contestant. To developing news now, a high-ranking Trump administration official resigning, saying he cannot in good conscience support the war with Iran. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
A deadly barrage of Iranian missiles rocked Israel early Wednesday. Iran's army chief vowing to retaliate over Israeli attacks, killing the country's security chief, Ali Larijani.
We knocked out 2 of the terrorist chieftains, the top terrorist chieftains of this tyranny.
Overnight, the Pentagon announced the U.S. had deployed 5,000-pound deep penetrator bombs on underground Iranian missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz. It's the latest effort to reopen the vital shipping waterway, as U.S. allies have yet to heed President Trump's call for help.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. This was a great test, because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
The turmoil driving up the cost of diesel fuel, essential to shipping companies and American farmers.
We have to put tractors out there, and I don't know how long we can hang in there.
Over 2 weeks into the war, President Trump's National Counterterrorism Center Director Joe Kent resigned over the conflict. The retired Green Beret writing Iran posed no imminent threat, and, quote, it's clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby, an allegation some have criticized as anti-Semitic.
I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. Iran was a tremendous threat.
The White House said Kent made many false claims and that he was not involved in briefings on Iran. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The UN's nuclear watchdog says a strike on an Iranian nuclear site caused no injuries or damage. More problems for Attorney General Pam Bondi. She's been subpoenaed to testify before Congress over her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. The House Oversight Chair demanding she appear for a deposition April 14th. 5 Republicans broke with their party and joined Democrats to make that happen after Bondi refused to answer questions about the probe during a House hearing last month. And with baseball season almost here, the Brewers will be back at American Family Field on News 8. 10 regular season games, including opening day, will broadcast on our 8.2 channel. The Shamrock Club celebrating St. Patrick's Day with its annual bus tour. This year is local musician Dr. Rock's last year on the bus. He has been part of the tradition for 4 decades now. News 8's Chuck Oadsma takes a closer look.
Okay, everybody help me sing this one. When Irish eyes are smiling, shows like a morning spring.
You know, this is my 40th year with the Shamrock Club, going to these school tours. It's something that I really enjoy. I kind of inherited it from Ed Sullivan in 1986 when he was the Irish man. He was very busy with doing Children's Miracle Network and his Blarney Party show and his restaurant. So he kind of handed the baton to me, and I've carried it for 40 years, and I've really enjoyed it. It's kind of hard being the big Irish troubadour when you've got a Polish name.
Tracy Mullaney, are we ready for our bagpiper? Yes, we are.
Just spreading cheer, and we usually have some dancers that come with us, and we just spread a lot of Irish cheer, and we like to see the kids sing along and tell them some stories and some Irish jokes and just have a lot of fun.
Why is the Shannon River the richest river in all of Ireland? It has 2 banks. And that's it. Let's hear it. Oh my goodness. Have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. What a wonderful way to start our day. Go to the best school in the world. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Rick Provisky says he may have a Polish name, but pointed out he has an Irish grandmother. Coming up, a local musician putting on a show to help send Holman kids to a baseball tournament. He joins us live next.
Right now at Home Furniture, when you spend $9.99, get 7% tax relief. Spend $29.99 or more and get double tax relief. Plus, 3-year special financing. Double tax relief savings. Only at Home Furniture.
Password 1 2 3 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. At Maury's Auto Group, more isn't extra. It's just what we do. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. That's real peace of mind long after you drive off the lot. Find your more at Maury'sAuto.com. Get more with Maury's.
Do the plans for your new home include a fireplace? Is your builder using LaCrosse Fireplace Company? Our showroom has over 70 units on display to help inspire you. We'll design more than just your Heat and Glow fireplace. We'll help you pick the perfect stone, mantle, and hearth, making your Heat and Glow fireplace the focal point of your new home. Visit our showroom today or call us for your free estimate. LaCrosse Fireplace Company, Mormon Coulee Road, because your place is by the fire.
Did you know March is Theater in our Schools Month? Theater builds confidence, teamwork, and creativity.
I experienced it and I was like, this is way different than I thought it was gonna be. After that, I felt like theater was my passion.
It's such an amazing experience and you learn a lot from it.
If you or someone you know wants to get involved, our LCT Star Academy Summer Theater Program is the perfect opportunity. Sign-ups open March 23rd through April 13th. Visit lacrossetheater.org/summertheater.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
Springtime has arrived at Home Seasonal Concepts. Right now, get a free custom order patio fabric upgrade from select top outdoor brands. Plus, get up to 14% off sale prices and 3-year special financing on porch and patio at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Well, good morning and welcome back here. We had some snowfall overnight as well as this early morning, and now it's broken down. We have some freezing drizzle that's still kind of maintaining, but for some locations, but most of which is kind of tracked out of the area as well. It's only about a 20 to 30% chance of that remaining. Holding on to at least to get back into areas right back down towards Boston. You can see most of that snowfall is kind of tracked out towards out of the region as well. So we go a little bit farther to the north. You get back into it. You're showing how this is now seeing up there by Winnipeg, a little bit of mix of rain and snow. As it gets closer to the United States, it starts to mix out. You can see that right there, just up there by Regina, and that continues to just kind of flail right now. But it'll come back again once it reorganizes, and we'll see a better batch of that into the area. Holding on to more of that moisture coming out of the Pacific Northwest and working back into areas along the northern tier of the U.S. and Canada, and it's going to be working its way down and kind of tracking eastward into our region, bringing us that snowfall, I should say rainfall, for later on tonight and into tomorrow. You'll get back into it. You see the moisture that's on the way right now in the upper atmosphere, and so make no mistake, we'll still see some cold, some cooler air this early morning, and then eventually we'll hold on to at least temperatures getting back into the 40s. You'll also see as we get to the winds are going to back down too as we go through to finish out the morning hours. By the 8 o'clock hour and 9 o'clock hour begins to break down on the to the west, and eventually you'll see it over there on the eastern portion of our region, still holding on to 22-mile-per-hour winds that taper back down to about 15 to finish out. We'll go back into it, how it looks now. You get into the zones, you're holding on to everybody picking up some 40s in the forecast today. We'll just be on the cooler side, so just a couple of degrees or so below our seasonal averages. So we're close to mild, but not so much there. With the slight wind chill also makes it feel a little bit cooler on your skin. So you're also going to see temperatures for La Crosse at 43 degrees, 45 by Whitehall, right back up to Eau Claire, where you're picking up 40 degrees there. And then, of course, you'll see 42 with cloudier skies as you get up to Ladysmith. You notice no one's holding on to any moisture on that map as well. So we get into it. Snowfall tracks out. You see that continue to go by Lake Michigan. And then we take a look with more clouds coming back again up along the northern tier, brushing us there by the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour. Snowfall starts to sneak back in by 8 o'clock or so. You're seeing that up by Ladysmith. Not so much in our region, though, so mostly out of the region right now, and then continues on. As we get back into it, though, you're seeing right here a little bit of freezing rainfall in the forecast right there, and possibly that gets a little bit closer to us. But if it does, it's going to shoot towards Black River Falls Falls, in between that and also areas by Wisconsin Rapids, possibly into Vogue Field as well, and then up and that goes towards Richland Center, and then maybe even towards Prairie du Chien where the cloud cover is going to be. Otherwise, most of that kind of tracks out of the region up to the north and we're done. As far as snowfall is concerned, this is what we picked up. Gradually, you see this kind of go as we go right through it here, right by the 4 o'clock hour this morning. You can see up there by areas by Viroqua. You can see that by Eau Claire as well. You can see by 1 to 2 inches there in Ladysmith, and then up and out it goes. So you can see more to the east. We're picking up some of that snowfall by Beaver Dam. They got about 1 to 2 inches of snowfall there. Holding on to how this all goes as we finish out for tomorrow, though, you're seeing the freezing rainfall coming back again as you go right into Eau Claire, and then that tracks off with fog on the way. Then you go right back over to La Crosse where you're seeing some rainfall, the freezing rain possibly in the forecast as well to drizzle, and that continues to finish out with a 30% chance. Then we go into how this all shaped up as far as rain is concerned. Not much coming our way, about 1/10 of an inch or less in the forecast. Then as we finish out, we'll take a look at Thursday's highs where you're looking at mostly 40s and the 50s in the forecast, getting up to about 56 degrees. We'll still be at 49 degrees there. Lows for tomorrow on Friday, though, you're looking at least the 30s and the 40s, and eventually they'll pick it up going into Friday's highs. 60 for Trempealeau, 66 for Prairie du Chien, and La Crosse about 58 degrees, and up to the north 54 as you get right back into Ladysmith, and 53 for Eau Claire. We have the warm-up on the way. It's going to be working in the forecast. We continue on with temperatures holding on to the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s are on the way.
Thank you, Art. New this morning, a local magician is bringing laughs and jaw-dropping magic to Holmen next week, all for a good cause. And we're joined now by Isaiah from the Magic of Isaiah. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So the show's a fundraiser. Tell us a little bit about the Holmen Hitmen and why you wanted to get involved.
Sure. So the Holmen Hitmen is a 13U baseball team out of Holmen, out of the Holmen Youth Baseball League. And I wanted to get involved. My son is actually part of the team. Okay. So that's the reason that I'm part of it, to help fundraise for travel costs and expenses that come with that, and the entry fee to the Omaha Slump Busters, which is a huge national tournament that they're going to play in. It is also sponsored by Megan Coots of Edward Jones out of Galesville too. So.
Okay, cool.
So what can we expect?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic family show. There's going to be stuff for children. There's going to be stuff for adults, a lot of hard-hitting magic. It's going to be fantastic. The first 50 kids get a magic wand as well for entry, so a little fun with that with the kids too. But it's about an hour powerhouse show at the Holmen Fine Arts Center at the Holmen High School at 6 p.m.
Okay, great to know. And so 100% of the proceeds go to the baseball club. Tell us a little bit more about what these kids are working toward.
Yeah, so they've been doing a little bit of fundraising throughout the year here, again, just to try to offset some of that travel costs, the entry fees, the food and lodging and things like that, which is really going to help them be able to be as successful as they can as they go down there.
Okay, so, yeah, we know those costs can add up, so definitely important. We've got some information on the screen now if people are interested in that. And do we need tickets to this, or can we just show up?
No, you can just show up. Tickets at the door. It's a pretty big venue, so we're expecting, we have over 700 seats that are available, so we're expecting we'll be fine with that. But at the door, we do take cash, or we do Venmo or credit cards, debit cards there as well. So
okay, good to know.
Good deal. So you do other shows as well, corporate, family, and your Impossible show as well?
Yep, I certainly do. I do about 170 shows a year throughout the area. Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa typically keep it kind of fairly local. And so I do a lot of corporate shows for holiday events, walk around magic, a lot of family shows throughout the area. And then I have a ticket event that I usually put on several times throughout the year, usually in the winter months, called the Impossible Show at the Le Chateau. And so that has concluded now. Usually in January and February is when I do those shows. So.
Okay, and our assignment manager, Alec, just went to that show a couple weeks ago, and he said that he was one that got called on.
Oh, okay.
And you did guess the name of his childhood best friend.
Ah, very good. All right.
Mentalist action in there. And how can people find you if we do want to book you for maybe a private event, a party, something like that?
Usually my website is the best. It's lacrossemagic.com, so hard to forget that, at least in this area.
Yeah.
So,
okay, perfect.
Before we go, though, can you show us tricks or anything you can show us?
Absolutely. So magicians are famous for their card tricks, right? So of course we have to do a card trick. So Alexander, it's very important you see that all the cards are different here.
Okay,
would you pick one of those out for me?
Okay.
Any card you like, go ahead. And show Art there, show the camera, it's totally fine. It's totally fine that I see it too.
Okay.
And you can place it right here in the middle of the deck. We are going to bury your card in that deck, so there's no way that we know where that card is at any longer. I also, we're going to spice this up, Art. I brought with me some cocktail cards, right? So you can see these are cocktails. Some of them you're very familiar with. Some of them you may not be familiar with. Manhattan, Moscow Mule, Long Island Iced Tea, and Mai Tai. On the back of it has the ingredients and the methods on how to make these. But take a look. Make sure they're all different. More so at the names at the very bottom there, because in a moment, yeah,
like
right
the
there.
names of the drinks?
Yeah, names of the drinks right at the bottom there. Yeah, take a look.
Okay.
Just make sure they're all completely different here, okay?
Okay, yeah, they are. Gimlet, Mojo, excuse me, a mojito.
You've got a big menu of
A
drinks.
big
menu,
menu,
Isaiah.
right. And they're all different, right? Okay, very good. What we're going to do here is we're going to clip those cards together, Art. And what I want you to do in a moment is place them in your hands. Take your thumb and riffle through the cards like this. And I want you to stare right at me. And I'm going to say stop. Wherever you say stop, I want you to break the cards right there. And I want you to look at the name of the drink that you actually stopped at, okay? So look at me, and riffle, 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 and stop. Look at that card, look at that drink. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. And what was the drink that you selected?
Margarita.
A margarita, fantastic. Now, Art, you're going to see here what looks like an urn.
Okay.
It's not an urn, I promise. It's a cocktail shaker, right? We can shake this, we can mix it, we can stir it, and with a little bit of magic, Art, that's the most convincing part. We can make any drink we want appear.
Really?
Would it be amazing if there was a margarita inside here right now?
Yeah, it would.
That would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
The only drink that you selected, Art, none other than
There it is.
a margarita right there. Now, besides that, though, you didn't pick a drink, though, did you?
I didn't, no.
You picked a card. What was your card?
Oh my gosh, do you remember what it was? I remember the shape and the color. I think I remember it. Three of diamonds? Was
Three
it
of diamonds.
Okay.
Now, we're going to see if I can taste the three of diamonds here. Watch this.
Oh.
Wow.
Right there,
He
the
got
three of
it.
diamonds right there.
Wow. Okay.
So a little bit of magic for you on air here today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Lots of fun. We got some margaritas and some diamonds.
That's right.
Love to see you, Isaiah. We would
Cards
love
and
to have you
cocktails.
back in the future.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank you
much
so
again
much.
for being
Appreciate
here.
it.
Stay
Thank
with
you.
us. We'll be right back.
Nobody brings you selection and style like King Furniture, your hometown destination for every room in your home. Looking for better sleep? We have a huge selection of mattresses for every comfort and budget, with 0% easy payment plans available. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. And we'll even deliver it and haul it away for free. Just try that anywhere else. For selection, service, and value you can count on, it's all here at King Furniture.
You came prepared to take on the pressure. We came prepared to give you none of that, just more out of buying a car. At Maury's West Salem Kia, you get our best price up front. No scripts, no side eyes, no 4-hour negotiations. Maury's sales team doesn't work on commission, so you get more help, less hassle. Need service? With Maury's, you get honest work done right. We even do more for our community. Get more with Maury's West Salem Kia. Visit Maury'sWestSalemKia.com.
Ready for coffee, creativity, and boutiques buzzing with style? The Buzz and Boutique Guide is your excuse to spend the day exploring downtown La Crosse. Kick things off at Grounded Patio Cafe, where the coffee is strong, the patio is calling, and the energy gets downtown buzzing. Then step into Urban Shoutique for statement shoes and accessories that instantly level up your look. Wander into Drift Mercantile for effortlessly cool clothing, gifts, and finds you didn't plan on buying but absolutely will. At Touch of Class, discover timeless style and thoughtfully curated pieces that never go out of fashion. While Dale's Clothing delivers classic looks and personal service that makes everyone feel like a regular. Got a big event coming up? The Wedding Tree has you covered for weddings, formal wear, and celebrations of all kinds. Then swing by All Glazed Up to get creative, try something new, and make something uniquely yours. Find more guides at lacrossedowntown.com.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Two major bills passing the Senate in Madison.
one that could change how Wisconsinites gamble, and one that could change what food share recipients can buy. Both are heading to Governor Evers' desk. The Senate passed an online sports betting bill 21-12 with bipartisan support, but Republicans were split. The bill would allow bets on mobile devices anywhere in the state as long as servers are on tribal land. Before it becomes reality, Evers would have to sign it. The gaming compact would need to be renegotiated with the tribes, and the Department of Interior would need to sign off.
I cannot be a party to the destruction of more lives, more potential, and the manipulation of those who can least afford the havoc that expanded sports betting will reap.
The state assembly also passed a bill restricting food share recipients from buying soda and candy with their benefits. Supporters say it promotes healthier choices and reduces Medicaid costs.
It brings just any sense of joy to some of these people, especially you see so many parents coming in with their little ones, and when they're using when they're on the SNAP program, and that allows them to buy their little one a candy or something they've been looking forward to.
I want to make sure that if you don't have the ability to have food on your table, no child is hungry. Doesn't mean they have to have potato chips and soda.
Opponents argue it limits options for families in poverty. That bill now heads to Governor Tony Evers' desk for approval. It's not likely the governor will sign it. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
Sparta's show choir finally home after a winter storm left them stranded in Orlando. The group traveled to Florida for nationals when their Sunday flight was canceled, creating an unexpected $15,000 cost. They flew into Chicago and bussed back to Sparta, arriving home yesterday. And today's conductor wannabe is Josh Court. He's supporting the Marr Family Mental Health Fund at Gunderson Medical Foundation. His goal is breaking the stigma around mental health and encouraging opening up about it. He says the funds he raises go beyond just what's inside the building.
Sometimes patients need additional help with housing or with transportation, so we can do that. Some of our programs need some extra supplies or trainings or that, so we can tap into that fund too. So it helps support all the things that we do at Amplify by Gunderson and our behavioral health department.
This week, we're introducing you to each contestant. And a small jewelry shop in Ventura going viral because it accepts sea glass as currency. The owner has been taking sea glass in exchange for store credit, cash, or custom jewelry for years. But a recent TikTok video by an employee went viral, putting her back on the map. I'm still trying to figure out how Isaiah did that magic trick.
All right, well, it's his trick. We'll keep it quiet. Hold on how this all shapes up, though. We're going to have some magic here locally because we're going to warm it on up. Ooh. There you go, abracadabra. There you have it right there. Temperatures will get to the mild, then to the warm, possibly as we finish out, get up to 58 degrees for Eau Claire. And then La Crosse, on the other hand, we have a little bit of light snowfall trying to get through the region as well with some freezing drizzle associated with that as well. So I'm not down to a 20% chance now. Tomorrow we've got some rainfall. That starts tonight going into tomorrow morning, and that will brush us possibly with 1/10 of an inch or less, giving way to this, though, temperatures 50s, 60s, and then we cool it on back down again as we get back to seasonal averages, and then we see more 50s on the way.
All right, that's some magic we will take.
Okay.
Warming up those temperatures. Thank you, Art. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here at noon.